Rajeev, how are you going with building your book?
It's looking pretty good. We are quietly confident, fingers crossed always in this process, but I think it's heading towards a good result.
Let's talk a little bit about wine there in India. I mean, it must have huge potential. I mean, you've got pretty good reviews for some of your wines, including your Sauvignon Blanc, for one thing. Now, it gives a sense of how you perhaps capitalize on that to turn perhaps the alcohol drinkers from beer to wine, and what the challenges are.
So as you said, it's a fantastic opportunity. India has by far one of the lowest per capita consumptions of wine in the world. Of course, lots of challenges as well. But I think that Sula has already shown our ability to meet those challenges, to grab that opportunity. And we see a clear road ahead. And I think that, India in the past has had a real dichotomy. People who don't drink and people who drink to get drunk. And that's been changing in the last decade or so. There's a lot of people, and especially young women in the big cities, who are not looking to drink to get drunk. They're looking to drink a socially acceptable drink, in a social milieu. That's where wine comes in. And today, Sula has become a byword for well-made and well-priced Indian wine. And we're going to build on that.
Well, Rajeev, as you talk about growth, are you planning to acquire more vineyards? What are the expansion plans in the next couple of years?
So we have a long line of grape growers out our door wanting to plant for us. Just to put it in perspective, India is one of the biggest grape growing countries in the world. So we're probably number 4 in terms of table grapes. That's eating grapes and raisins. We are far, far, far down the league tables in terms of wine, but it's very easy to plant wine grapes where table grapes are grown. So a lot of these table grape growers, they're so happy with Sula's history of long-term contracts, great pricing, being paid on time. And so we've got in 2022, we planted our highest acreage ever, 600 acres, more than double any previous year. And so it's looking good for the future.
But how about abroad? Are you looking for vineyards abroad?
At this point, it's not necessarily in our plans. We are very focused on producing great wine in India and selling in India. So 95% of our sales happen in India. I'm not sure that that's going to change anytime, at least for the next 5 years. This is what we do best. We want to penetrate deeper into the market. We want to increase awareness here, and we want to sell more and more Sula first in India and then maybe think about abroad.
Rajeev, internationally, Indian wine does not really have the best of reputations, and probably unwarranted that. But give us a sense how you educate buyers abroad, and how do you change perceptions? Do you need to change quality, or is it good enough now?
So, Rishad, I must point out that, of course, we're a country of over 1 billion people, changing demographics fast, people getting more and more disposable income, a huge number of people coming of drinking age. So, I want to reiterate that India is our market. And in India, Sula has a terrific reputation. We've also been winning a lot of awards, a lot of medals abroad. This year, for the first time, one of our wines won a gold medal at the International Wine Challenge in London. So it just shows that we're able to compete. We've been on the shelf at Marks and Spencer. We had a contract for a couple of years. Our wines did really well. So the wines are getting there. But as I said, first target India and then the rest of the world.
I'm just wondering, India signed an FTA with Australia. Might that mean lower taxes for Australian wine in India?
So it's a very good point. And, the Indian wine industry very much had a seat at the table. Australia, as you're very aware, is a large wine producer. We're very happy, satisfied with the results of the FTA talks. I think that the Indian government has really been conscious of a path, a middle path between some duty benefits for the more expensive Australian wines, while still giving a good modicum of protection for the Indian wines. We're very happy with the result. We don't see that eating into the share of Indian wines at all, though it is going to definitely benefit more premium Australian wines. And if this is the model for future FTAs, we're happy with that.
Rajeev, we've been seeing in South Asia some quite dramatic changes in climate. On the one hand, a massive heat wave, then we've had flooding and the like here, and erratic monsoons. How do you, as a winemaker, deal with that?
So climate change, listen, is a huge risk for wine all over the world, not just for Sula, not just for India. It has been outlined as one of the risks in our prospectus. We have proven ourselves really adept at mitigating the effects so far. We're one of the most sustainable wine operations in the world. We have over 2 megawatts of our own solar panels on our own facilities, giving us more than 50% of our own energy needs. We do rainwater harvesting. We choose our varietals carefully. There's geographical diversification. All of the vineyards that we procure from are drip irrigated. So we're doing a lot, but climate change is going to continue to be a concern, going to continue to be a challenge. It's something we think about every day, and it's something we think about coping with every day. We've done a really good job so far. I hope that's going to continue.